Okay, so right now it's recording. Let's share again. All right, so this is our first day of class, August 25th. So our first software that we're gonna use is called RoundMe, right? Let's go back to the beginning here, right? So here we go, RoundMe, right? Log in with any Google account, right? Gmail account, that's fine. No need to buy, anything here. Everything here is free. So, just log in, do the basic account, and that's it. Then we can, create our first tool, right? This relies on your personal, images, right? Photographs, renderings, whatever you have, right? So let's do the create tool here. And again, drag and drop, it gives you some details here regarding the size, right? Ideal size is this 5,000 by 10,000. If you don't have that, it's fine, as long as it's below that. And the first image you're dragging here is for your cover page, right? So I'm going to just select an image from my, my library here, drop it here. It's gonna load it. Give it a second. There we go. All right, so then we go to this is kind of your settings here, right? So we have here the covered page, right? That was that image. We're gonna give it a a title. Architectural tour, collection of 360 panoramic renderings, right? You can give it whatever you want. Okay. Then we can hear my daughter upstairs fighting with my son, but they're always fighting us. All right, so here, tour category, right? So, there's a bunch of things for us, I guess. I mean, this is because some of these tours you can make in public, right? If people want to, share them. But there's really nothing here for architecture, shopping, business, I think nature, sports, aerial vehicles. Surprised I have no architecture. Let's make entertainment, yeah. Settings, show previews, yes. You want to allow comments. Because again, once it goes to a preview, to a public site, people can actually go there and leave comments, on your tool, right? So let's say that if you're working this with the your professor, right, or your classmates, you can make it public and everyone can go there, the jury go, and they can leave you comments on your design, right? So that could be, kind of interesting, right? So you can allow comments or not. And if you want, if you're taking photographs, right, like, all right, guys, give me 1 second, okay? I'll be right back, okay?
All right.
1 second. All right, guys, let's see here. Am I still sharing here?
Yes.
Okay, so I lost track of my thinking I was doing here. So yeah, allow comments here. Share camera, that's just, if you have like a professional camera, like with a certain lens, this will tell the, the user what camera was used, right? The lens size, the, all those details, right? Here is where the camera detail will go, right? For you guys, if you want to really be specific, if you put here, what I will put here probably is just, let's see, you can do 3D Studio Max, rendering, right? So this way, you can tell that, it is a program that was used to create these images, right? Right now, the publish is off, that'll be done later. Location, because you know, in this case, you know, this building is located where?
Spain.
Yeah, so we can go here and we can find, you know, any country. We have Spain here and Barcelona Pavilions, Barcelona. So here's, you know, say I drag my little blue icon, drop it there, right? Save location. And now we associate, you know, this tour, right, in a certain location, right? Once we have this kind of made here, we could save, right? And we're gonna see as our first image is this one here, right? And now, you know, the image is loaded properly, right? It does look a little bit blurry, yes, because of, you know, the image quality is not, so say that image is size is, that image is only 1000 by 2000. So it's not really very high quality image, but we can see that, you know, we can walk around here, right? But the good thing now is that I want to be able to load multiple images here, right? And actually move through the space, right? And be able to explore, you know, different locations here. So we can start by looking at, you know, things here, right? So we have here, capture a snapshot, you know, it's like, you know, you do a quick shot. We can, location, we can explore the location, right? Zoom, you know, this, if you look here with my mouse, you know, I can move back and move forward, you know, kind of like this, right? If you want to put this here, you can limit the user to, you can say how much they want to be able to zoom out like this, right? If I say only to here and put apply, that means I can only go, oops, should be more, let's see. Okay, set zoom limits. Apply. All right, so I can only move this much, right? So you control. Otherwise, you know, if you leave it to here, right? Oops. Apply. Then your image can get very distorted, you know, if you don't want someone to see, you know, this, you know, strange like this, you know. So you can control those things there. This is just if you click here, if you want to drop, you know, other images here. In this case, we're not using stereoscopic images because these are, you know, two of the same image side to side, right? So we're not going to use those. This is if you want to replace this image over here, right? And this is to download the original image that we have over here, right? Okay. And this, if you click here, these things go away, right? If you click here, we can give it a title to this image. We can call it Barcelona Pavilion, right? And we can put that away if you want to. It's currently a draft. We can see here, right? It's not the final image yet, right? Let's see here. We'll leave that there. This is to upload it. You know, if you want to, if everything is done here, you're ready to you know, make it public, we could upload it there. This arrow here is, you know, if you're gonna go back to the previous screen, which means starting pretty much over again with these things. But the next thing now is we want to really bring here more images, right? Let's see here. Hotspot we'll discuss in a little bit, and this is sound, so we're not gonna do that. Okay. So right now I put capture snapshot. So this is looking a little weird there. Let me see if I can. So if I go back here to my other thing here, I have here a bunch of different images, right? I'm just gonna, I want to bring a few more in here. So, you know, off camera here, I'm gonna take one here and just, it says looks great, drop it, right? You see it's being added here to my second, you know, image, right? Give it a second there to. And that image is much bigger. Yes, this is 4,000 by 8,000. So it should be a much better quality, right? And I'm gonna put here a few images as we go here. Okay. So you can see this is a much better quality image, right? Everything looks much sharper, you know, even the grass here, you know, looks pretty nice. So we have there 2 images. Let me put a few more. Let's see if that one works. I want to put a few because then we can try to work on linking different images together. So we can do multiple ones. Okay. Again, these are all kind of random images, so doesn't really. So let's put those 6 images there. So let's wait for them to. I mean, right now these are all random. Ideally they should be from the same project, so you can do a better link. But let's see here. This is another image from. Again, much better rendering quality. These are all 3D renderings. Same thing here. That was a bar that I did for another client, but this was done at 5,000 by 10,000. So even if I zoom in, right, it's still very nice and sharp, all the details. That's a Japanese temple that I studied in Japan. This is I made a 3D model of the temple. So this is like a night view of this space. And last is a kitchen that I had done for a client a long time ago. But at least the rendering was done really high quality. So this is like 5,000 by 10,000. So everything should look very sharp. Compared to this one here, which is 1,000 by 2,000, which is not that bad. Okay, so we have now here 6 different images here, right? These are all personal work. It could also be photographs, right? You can go online and download 360 images, right? Let's see if I go here and do 360. Okay. Let's see if something appears here. Like here, okay, we have one here. It's really bad quality, 720 by 360, right? See this one here. That looks like a 3D model. Well, let's go here for a second. So this is a photograph. I don't think I can download this image. And that gives me a full screen view. The only way I think I could save it would be to save it here, but then it will give me a very low quality image. So, I mean, you can do a bit of search, if you want to find other, or you can use other images for 360. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so this part here is pretty clear, right? It's just, basic settings. So let's look at the next tool here. This one again is to, and also let's look here. This one here, the little, looks like a pencil in green. That means you're in the draft mode, right? If you go here to the, looks like a little eye, that's the preview mode, right? If I click here, right? So the preview mode eliminates all the icons like here, right? Icons here, down here. And because you're just previewing, the thing, and all you can do is really move from here, right? Around, you can click down here and switch to different views, right? And look around. You can go here, but you can't modify anything, right? If I want to modify something, I have to go back here to my edit mode, right? And then I get back all the different tools, right? So this little eye, right? Let's click here, right? So that's eye for information, right? So if I click this eye here, let's see, let me go back to the beginning here. This one here, and let's say I put this eye here on the statue, right? Okay. So let's say I called it, sculpture, right? And I could give it some detail here, right? And then I can actually choose other things here, right? Especially this is the one that I would use. You can choose a photograph, right? So if I go here, right, and I do Barcelona Pavilion sculpture, right? I'll get probably this one here, right? So I can do tools, size, large image, get a nice quality image of the sculpture, right? Let's say like a detail, right? Let's see here. That looks pretty good. Okay, so let's say this is the detail. I can, save this image, right? I'll put it in my class here. For now, yeah, I'll drop it in here. Okay, so I just got an image from online, right? When I go here to image, right? Again, it's gonna ask me to search my computer again to make this more organized. Summer. Okay, so here's the image, right? So that image now is embedded with this, and I can go up and down like this, right? And I can step away from this, right? I can do here, create the hotspot, right? So the user here can be looking at your presentation here like this, right? And when they click here, they'll get this, right? Right now it looks strange because we're still, so let me go here to preview mode, right? Then click on this. We do have to go up and down a little bit here to look at the image. Let's go back here. What can you see here? I'm gonna make it bigger, right? So enough so it fits. I don't want to be having to use the slider, up and down. So just simply pick the bottom right corner, make it big enough so you don't see the slider, save it. When I go to preview, I see the entire image, right? And you can have your name of the image, description, whatever you want for that, right? And that's just to make the image bigger, right? So put it back, and you can have as many of those as you want, right? So you can give your renderings, detail. You can even put here an icon here and show an actual photograph of the space, right? This one here is called directional sound, right? So this is only if you want to, if I put this here, for example, right? I have to drop an audio file, right? This could be somebody talking. It could be ambient sound, to the, for the atmosphere or something that's happening there, just to make it more realistic, right? But, right now I don't have any ambient sounds to use. And, you can go to each one, right? And, add multiple of these things. So you can, put one on the glass, put one here, one that could be describing just the materials, one that could be linking to different photographs of the same space, right? Does that make sense for you guys as I'm talking here? Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, that makes
No.
sense.
Okay, any problems or?
When would it be necessary to use hotspots?
Because you want to bring more detail, right? Like, for example, here, let's say this is your own rendering, right? So you might want to show somebody what this actually looks like in real life, right? Or maybe, the marble here is very unique, right? Maybe you click here and you show a picture of just the marble, right? In full detail, right? So you can explore those, or maybe you want to show a photograph of the same space, right? That you used to create the rendering, right? It could be numerous things, maybe you want to show an image that is daytime versus, nighttime. So you can compare, all these things, right?
Got it. Okay.
So it could be numerous things to try to give it more detail, right? Also down here, these 6 shots, that you could actually, I believe you can, you can move it around like this if you want to change the order. All these things are placed, right? Okay. Let me think what else we can do here. Upload it, information, sounds. This is the next one. This is actually the one that's good. Again, right now these shots are of different buildings, so but it will still make sense. The next one is it's teleporting, right? So teleporting just means that you click on something and it brings you to the next image, right? Because right now the only way for me to get to this shot down here is I have to click here, right? And then click here and here and here to get to these. But ideally, when you present something, you don't want to be clicking down here at all these different images. You want to be able to do everything through the actual screen, right? So let's say from here, I want to get to the next shot. In this case, this one here, right? I'm going to take this shot, drag it, and put it here, right? Right? You can give it a name, right, if you want. But for now, let's do save port, right? So with that, and let's say here, I'll put this one here, for example, okay? And save port, right? So now when I click here, saved. Okay, first of all, I need to go to preview mode, right? There we go. I click here, and it brings me to this shot, right? So now I'm looking at this shot, So, and I could take, put this one over here, for example, right? Let's go away from preview mode. Let's take this one here, put it here, right? Save it. I want to be able to, I don't know, maybe put this one here, for example. Again, you can imagine this is better if they're all from the same building, right? Because then you have a, right now I'm just going to randomize in the shot, but we can go to this one here. Maybe here we'll put this one here to those doors. Or, you could put, a bunch of them, right? So these are all different portals, right? Going into different spots, right? We go to this one here. So from this space, we can choose to, maybe put them down here. Maybe put this, or you can put all of them, right? Doesn't matter. I'm saving all these portals here. So the portals provide you a way to go back, right, to previous images, right, without having to touch everything down here, right? I go back up here again. This is a pretty white space. Maybe this portal's here for going back to the original rendering, to the second render we have. Third one. So this way you can go back and forth between, oops. Yeah, let's go. Okay, there's these ones here. Let me finish here, these ones. Okay, save. So let's say we have there. Now I can go here now to the preview mode, right? Let's go back here to the beginner, right? And again, you can have a teleporting things. You can have icon elements for details. So icons are for if you want to give a description, or you want to include a photograph, right? Or something more detailed. Like even this could be used if you want to show a plan, right? Like this is your rendering. If I click here, it'll give me a plan or a section of this building, right? Just to give more detail. But again, I can also click here, and I move to the next space, right? I can export the space here. When I'm done here, here's my way back to the next room, right? I can go here and explore the next space, right? Exploring here the next space, here. And then I here have my list of elements. I can go back to the pavilion space. Again, you should give these names, right? Right now, I only give a name to the first one. So when I click here, it gives me the correct name, right? This could be, imagine in this space, this is the inner pool. You could have the outer pool. You can have the inner room. You can have different rooms inside your space, right? I can click here and go to the tea house. And you see, in this case, I didn't put any portal, so I'm kind of trapped here. I can't go anywhere else, unless I go back down here, right? And you really don't want to have to go back there. So I mean, this is pretty much it's a great tool to use, to try. And once you're done with this, you can make it public. You can share. So for example, if I want you guys to be able to look at this, so let's say once I'm done here, here it says draft, right? If you click the draft, you can go back and you can edit, some of these things, right? Publish. I'm going to turn on now, right? And I'll do save. Okay, so now it doesn't say here anymore draft. Now it's a it's a published thing. If here is the tour information, right? If I click here, location, no camera details, panoramic renderings, right? And see, we have here like you can give likes, such things here. Right now, there's nothing of that. This little 3 dots here, that's more like how you want to view the this thing, right? So web VR mode is right now what we're looking at here, right? That means it'll give you a full view, and it gives you 2 different cameras, right? Right now this doesn't work for us. I can do escape. We can do full screen mode, right? In this case, we can look at the whole space. We can still go here and be able to explore, in detail these different, teleporting elements. We can do escape to exit out, share. So here, this is actually the link for this, right? So if I were to copy this, right? And if I put it in that chat, you guys try to, so let's put it for the whole class. One second, it won't let me copy it. Let's try again. Frame 640 scriptures from here. Put in the clipboard. There we go. All right, so if you guys check your chat, right? I gave you a link to this, so try to click on the link and tell me what you guys see, right? So let me do a quick, I'll stop sharing for now. And I want to see if that link works, okay, right? And what do you guys think of the interaction of this?
It worked.
Are
Yeah,
you
it's
able to
good.
move from space to space? Is everything smoothly?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a pretty cool tool. Again, this is useful not only for design presentation, right? But let's say you're taking a design class. You can make quick observations regarding your design. Give you comments, feedback from the professor, the jury, or your fellow classmates regarding your current design, right, project, right, these things. But also, they could be used to make your final presentation, right? Because you can use a projector, right? And you can make it a full view, right? And you can quickly bounce between different images and just showcase your entire project, right? In a 360, environment, right? Even though the renderings are still 2D, right? This gives it a more virtual perception of the space, right? So you feel like you can really look at every single detail, of your space, right? All right, let me share again my screen. So, yes.
So just a quick question, because I know I had like this issue last semester because I have like a Chromebook. So obviously the main images and all the renderings are done with either Lumion, Twinmotion, or 3D Max. That's obviously
Yes.
what I can't use on my Chromebook. But like to set up the whole, images and the little hotspots and everything, I could do that with the Chromebook. Like I could use
Yes,
it.
because the whole thing runs just through the server, through the browser. So you don't need to have any others. Yes.
It's just as long as I have those images, I'm fine.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
just making sure. Thanks.
No problem. So yeah, so here's where you can share. If you go to the three dots, you can share here projections. This is how you want to perceive. So let's say I do normal, right? Right now it's normal, right? So normal means this is what it looks like, right? And I can back up, a lot, and it looks kind of strange, right? If I click here and I go to fisheye, it gives me this view, right? Which is actually better, right? Because the panoramic images are meant to be shown on a fisheye sphere, right? So here actually it looks better. I can zoom out, it's not so strange, right? So much better projection, right? I can do architectural, right? Which is better because if fisheye kind of curves all the lines here, right? If you see, right? If I do architectural, it makes all the lines straight, right? So for us, this is actually the best view, right? You can move in space, you can back up, but it's still everything is straight, right? And nicely, organized, right? There's other ones like Panini, I don't know, also doesn't look too bad. You can look up and down, that's just cool. You can look at the bottom of the space, at the top. Little Planet, that's just, we can't use that one, it's crazy. And we have a stereographic, right? Which again, it's not bad, just the movement is a little bit strange to move, right? So for us, probably the best one is architecture, right? We have a much nicer movement space. Cube, this we're not gonna use. Auto follow on, that should be on, yes. And then we can skip the other ones here. Let's see here. All right, here has your name, right? It'll have whoever made the tour. Any edits, just click. Oops. All right. That goes back to the map. So in this case, it's showing me Barcelona, right? Where this tour is supposed to be, created there. I'm gonna go back to the edit mode for a second, right? So we have, again, these images give a title for each one, right? That's important, right? So it's easily organized. You can bring also photographs to this space, right? So, our first assignment for the next class is for you guys to make a tour right here, right? Using, your personal renderings, or if you don't have them, just whatever material you can find online, that shows 360 images, right? It could be, it could be renderings mixed with photographs, right? That's fine too, right? It could be material from your last class. Yeah. If you took my class and we didn't cover 360 images, that's fine. In that case, just find some random 360 images, right? And use those to create some type of tour right here. And the main thing is for every image, try to use, the teleporting tools, which is simply just taking the image and dragging it in place, right? And try to use a few of the icons to showcase, more detail regarding, a photograph, description, plans, drawings, whatever extra things you want to create in the space there. Let's see here, what else? I think that covers, this, software here. Any comments or questions?
So this will be our first like.
Exactly, yeah, assignment, yes.
Okay.
So the idea is for next class, next class is the September 1st, right? When you guys make this, right? So you guys are gonna share the link with me, right? So if you guys go, let's go here to preview, right? Here's the 3 dots. We go here to share, right? This is the link, right? This link, you're gonna send. So next week, let's see how we can do it. Well, next week we can collect, this, that the main thing is, you're only submitting this link, right? And this link, next class, each person will present their tour, right? And give us a little tour of their space, right? Like this, and walk through. And that will handle the first assignment there, yes, I think. We'll figure out how to, yeah.
We can choose the images, right? Like anywhere.
Exactly, yes. Choose whatever you want, yes. Yeah, and next class, we'll figure out how to collect, this link here, so I can, I also have to make I'll make also a Dropbox folder for you guys to, and this semester, I'll do it different than last. I'm gonna make a Dropbox folder, not for the entire class, because that really quickly gets full because, it's a whole class trying to do. So I'll give an individual link to each student, right? So you're not really filling up your Dropbox with everyone's work, right, in the class. And probably in that, I'll make different folders for every assignment, right? So this first one here, maybe just drop a Word file with the extension, right? So I can open a file and just click on the link, right? Or if you want, also, I believe you can just, just copy the Google link to your file there. And that'll be your first submission, and we'll review that in class, next week.
Professor?
Yeah, Jasmine.
Sorry to keep bothering.
No, it's fine, of course
I
not.
don't have 360 images for my last class.
Okay.
I didn't have any, so should I just get random images?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah, so.
Work with something that's 360?
Sure, yes, that's fine, yes. So I mean, if you just do a quick search here, right, let's do 360 panel. Images, right? Just make sure you go here and do tools, no, more, no, go to images, sorry. Tools, size, large, right? So you get high quality images, right? So, and there's probably tons of sites that share, things like this, right? And you have all this, it could be a matter of, it could be just images. The main thing here for me is that, the process, to load the images, and connect them, So feel free to find whatever you want from here, online to use for 360 images. Same thing applies to the rest of the class.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, any questions? So I'm looking here at the chat, Lenny dropped the class. Somebody told me, yes.
Yes.
She got into the BArch. That's good, okay. Okay, no problem, okay. So we have one less student in class, no problem. So I think, guys, I think for today, that's good. It's already 10:30. Make sure, I'll post the video today, right? Some point today. And just, again, the class is once a week, so it gives you plenty of time to do the work, right? And, we'll continue the next class. Before we finish, any last minute comments or questions? No? Well, I'm glad to have the entire class, present. I'm glad that, I know everyone here, which is great. It should be a fun class this semester. No one's taking my other class, right, this semester? I'm doing a new class, the portfolio class, on Friday evenings. No, okay. I can see you guys next week, right?
Yes.
All right, guys. So take care.
All right. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.